Wrong banner. I don't care. Hi everybody. I know I be messing up somehow, so um welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud, and the reason why I say I know I be messing up is I'm carefully looking behind me. I'm like, what's behind me? What's behind door number one? What's behind door number two? You know, I just want y'all to know that today I will be doing my homework. I'm sorry, UMGC, for hashtagging y'all all the time with my degree, mental health, and problems existing within my natural due process, but it happens. It is happening. I am sitting up there having to go through what I am going through while seeking to be a candidate as president of the United States and seek out not only truth, advocate for what's right, but continue to create like a special dynamic. It's sad, Trump. I what's funny is how they have to bother me while online to get a reaction. They have to text both of my phones claiming to be you when I know the original. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a file. I call it Operation Stinky Fart. And I'm going to sit up there because they stink to me. So I'm going to sit up there, and every time they email me, whether they say your name, which they want to be you, who doesn't want to be you? You know what I'm saying? But Stinky Fart, Operation Stinky Fart, and I'm going to take the text messages and just start posting every text message that they send me online. And if the police or the judges ever say, well, this is coming from Trump, that's an idiotic thing to say, because Trump would not text me from random DNC numbers. 5606 is his freaking number. Why don't you get with the program and get real messages? Instead, you have an organization at certain specific times. Do it now. I hope you pay for what you're doing to me. Whatever you're doing to me, may it come back to you. Times three. I look crazy right now, yet they wouldn't even, it's crazy to not, with everything going on, you be sheltered. This is why I don't, this is why I don't even care what people tell me. When they tell me no, I'm like, why? Why no? Is it for your ritual for your enjoyment, for someone else's enjoyment, or because you took an oath. Because everybody in that courthouse is corrupt. Everybody. You think I'm dumb. I gave you respect because you gave me respect, with the social worker behind me trying to evaluate how I feel. I have every right to disagree with the judge. I have every right to disagree with a cop. I'm not a cop hater. Don't claim I'm a cop hater. Don't you ever let that shit come out your mouth. Or else you crazy. And I label you just as crazy as you call me by saying that shit. But I have every right to disagree with a cop. I'm not doing no more restraining orders. I'm not doing no more nothing. I'm just going to use my camera and place my evidence on Facebook. And then when the time is right, I'm going to go over your head to a bigger court and tell them I disagree with the decisions of the judge. Tell your, tell Lauren to stop this shit. You are not going to get rid of me. I don't care how fucked up you treat me. You can do what you want. But when your consequences come, because they aren't kidding, what goes around comes around. And you're saying that about me right now. But I did everything the fucking right way. I called you guys before I got here. I called you guys during the process of a crime, harassment crime, a couple of times. You can't keep ignoring me. You can't say I'm loony. You can't say talk to someone, because that ain't true. I don't need to talk to no one. I'm talking to you. You do something. Stop doing this to me. Stop asking me to see him when I'm looking at you or I'm talking to you. That is unethical. I don't care what games y'all have to play to make a case. It's not fair that you have to treat me like I'm crazy to get these fucked up individuals out your fucking city. Every day is something. You can't control them. It's not my fault. You can't control them. They have a technology. Everything I said has been true. I said they were underground. FBI, Homeland Security caught their ass underground. Everybody didn't believe these niggas was underground. They caught their asses right on my show. If I said these niggas was in the air, I bet you the FBI be like, we need to catch that lead. I don't lie. And I hate when people test my lying, not my truth. If I ever shall pass away, and you ever dance on my grave by saying I'm a disturbed individual, however I shall pass, and we'll say when I'm 100 years old, or let's say I die prematurely. Let's just say I die prematurely, which my blood is on the government hands if that happens. If I die prematurely, you can never sit up there and say, if you ever say that I was disturbed or what you want to control the narrative like you did with that person that got shot up like he was supposed to because he kept poking the federal bear. Then you have to answer to not only the FBI, the government, but God. If you think God don't have the White House number, you think these top secret experiments that God don't have the White House number, or the White House don't have God, know how to reach God, something beyond, let's just keep it fucking real, something that y'all not used to fucking seeing, then you got the game fucked up. All you humans think about is what's now. Oh, I got family. Oh, I got friends. Oh, you cast out. You walk in heaven alone. You walk at that gate alone. And they go down a list of the shit you did. The only thing they got on me, God, is me telling him I purposefully lied to you guys about it was me while you guys are suffering. That's all God. And it'll take me months, years, decades, centuries to come up with a fucking explanation of why I said that shit. Only God knows. Only God knows. I don't care what you guys think about me. It hurts. Yeah, I'm human. Yeah. But the only person, entity, consumer, thing, spiritual being that I actually would die overtly, eternally, to figure out what they cared about was the person, the thing, the entity that made this universe. Because imagine making billions, if more than billions, infinite personalities. So you made good, you made bad, you made past, you made past of past, present of present, present and future events. He wrote they, it, I don't know what's beyond it, made a past, present, and future for all of us. And yet we're so concerned with people that you grew up with or people that don't even like your ass. You think it's going to be harmonizing when I die, if I die? You think it's going to be kumbaya in your fucking city? It ain't. You think it's going to be yabakum if you keep emasculating me? Because he's waiting. I've showed you way too much proof. I showed you. Don't wait until it's too late. I'm going to say it one more goddamn time, and then I'm just going to leave it and drop it. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm going to try my best, God. If you keep messing with me like you're doing, you know, running down my credit and, you know, fucking with my car and doing whatever. And smiling in my face like you like me. And I did nothing to you. I don't care what I said in my past shows. I don't care what the hell I did. You aren't God. You can't judge me. If you had the authority to judge me, I'll be one fucked up motherfucker. Look at the power you hold and what the hell you doing now with the little power you did. You think God, I'm telling you, man, you fear dumb shit. You better fear God. That's the only person I fear. All you focus on is now. The invisible, the air come with frequencies. And God is within that. Trump flies the airs all day. Egyptians. What's their name? Siri? Cyrus. Osiris. They found his body and then they reneged on it. Osiris is, he rules the underworld. And his wife, they put his ass in a coffin. They said, his brother, I'll just say his brother, him, he, she, her, they. When you ask me who, I don't know their name. It's all started with Ra. So Ra brought his ass down, half bird, half man, with a daggone stone or some type of wand, whatever. And he had children, and they would rule Egypt, each of them. And his child was ruler, but his brother was jealous, Seth. Seth and Osiris. Osiris slept with, I can't remember. He slept with his wife, put it to you like that. And it enraged him. So he sat up there and they were all chilling. And call me old fashioned, but if they're dysfunctional millennials ago and it's like this now, I'm ready for a change. I'm tired of this dysfunctional shit. Your own family. So whoever can fit in this box, you own it. This coffin. I'll do it. He goes in the box and he never comes out. They slam it shut. They nail it shut. And they shipped his ass in the Nile River or somewhere like that. His wife, which I can't remember her name, she found them. Now, let me tell you some real shit where it gets the point of this whole thing. She has intercourse with him, gets impregnated. And in the air was a disc in a boat. and the guy, his brother, who killed him. So then he chopped his tail up to 30 some pieces, which is overkill, and scatter it across Egypt. She finds those pieces, but he don't want to come back because he's ruler of the underworld. Ra, him, and the rest of them rule the underworld. They laugh at these immigrants because they're underneath us, both physically and spiritually. When they think they're digging deep, they're like, we gonna dig so deep the government ain't gonna see us. In America, you can do that shit in Mexico, yes, but not in America. You're gonna get caught. It just hurts me that Miss Guthrie could could this is fucked up, man. Good women like that. Trump, find her, bring her back to you. That's why I notice you have no emotion, and I see why. I see why her own daughter don't have no emotion. I see why Pam Bundy, she have a little emotion, but she can hold her own. I see why the head of Homeland Security, whoa.
Oh, we got another reader question. This one is also from Twitter. Name is Chart Simpson, probably a pseudonym. But their question is there a definite conclusion or evidence that she actually returned home after dinner and went to bed?
Well, definite in the sense that that's what witnesses are saying, and that's what the family is saying. And listen, I imagine the FBI has confirmed all of that and corroborated all of that. And one easy way to do that is through their phones, to the geolocation of their phones. Did they, in fact, make a trip back to Nancy's house from Annie's house at the time of day that they were saying it occurred? Also, the vehicle.
That's crazy. They said check the phone records. They said check the phone records. They know who it is. If they know who it is. They know who the killer is. He knows that it's him. That's one thing I will never do. Underestimate the FBI. I would never underestimate the FBI. Like, seriously. When you sit up there and CNN and ABC and they talk about um they talk like it's like, you know, they got the wrong guy. No, motherfucker, they got the right guy. It's enough. No, seriously. I feel like they got the right guy. They carefully picked him. He's a part of it. They just don't twirl their wigs in talking about, you know, they don't twirl their wigs talking about, well, what do we do? Let's just pick somebody. We're against the clock. Him, he's an immigrant. Well, they'll buy it. Your move, immigrant.
Why has he focused on mass migration?
has he focused?
He is federal. He is federal. He sees all. He just got to tie you to it. He can't just say you did it because he saw you do it. He got to find the clues. He saw you do it. He just got to piece the clues together. Motherfucker, you took an 84-year-old senile, practically senile woman. They know. So I suggest you show them where her body is, whether alive or dead, which I fear the worst. One day you will come to justice. One day. And that's what I'm happy about. That's what I can smile about. Because I'm not going to smile for no woman being taken out of her fucking home. Get them, FBI. Let me see that I'm right. Get this motherfucker. Get them, lock them up, and throw away the fucking key. Make them go through the court system and filibuster their asses in Congress and keep their asses. Oh, I have something to say. Filibuster it. Just like they do you, right? I hope you find that drug. They had 41 years to create a drug that will cause harmony in United States between Republicans and Democrats. But he got too much hate in his heart. People like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. They create drugs that make us forget. They create drugs that make us fat. They create drugs that make us hungry. They create drugs that make us tired. They create drugs that controls us. Dr. Fauci, what did he do? What did he do? He created the COVID vaccine. He was part of after post-COVID vaccine, post-COVID Moderna to the rest of the shit. I took all the viruses, the antiviruses from the VA. Whatever Biden put in me, and this is fact, through the VA is both good and bad. You've helped me, but why did I go against Trump? I don't care about going against Trump. It's just that, why? I ask myself, why would I go against him? That I have no fucking reason. And every time I'm attached to the VA and I'm taking some type of drugs, I just feel a detachment from him. And I'm talking shit or I'm going crazy. A couple of nights ago, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, I'm a fucking weapon from the VA. It's probably why they do what they do. It's not that I'm a violent weapon. It's not that I want to be violent. It's not that I talk violent because even though I live, I know by next year it's going to be crazy. But I know that my environment is exacerbating just like it was in the beginning. My environment is exacerbating my symptoms. And drugs, lots of drugs, the perfect cover up, tropical smoothie, where you can combine hormonal drugs or whatever the fuck you were giving me, meth, keeping my stuff there till the next Mexican come in and give you the drug to put in my shit and then fuck with me. You're going to hell. I don't even want to be near you. I don't even go near you, but you're going to hell. So you better repent for what you did to me. Making me look like some type of fucking pedophile. I will never forgive that, and neither will God. Because you knew right from wrong. I don't care how old. You ain't going to tell God I'm 16. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. At 16, I knew right from fucking wrong. I never bothered an adult or used my age as a shield. I don't even look your way. You follow me. Right next to the VFW, too, FYI. What is this? Okay. My intentions were not to go to war. My intentions were not to go to war verbally, physically, or emotionally. My intentions were to remain inconspicuous, learn a couple of women, know a couple of women, talk to a couple of women, keep my circle small, and move on. You won't let that be. You have to destroy it at every hands because you don't want to give me a chance because you're afraid. You're afraid. It ain't me. It's you, not me. You see me as a threat. So you act on me, and then I see you as a threat because you're threatening and harassing me. And then you make me look like the threat. You deflect and reflect everything that you are on me. You have to think in your weak and ugly brain to get me to hit you. You have to think it. That ritual shit is done. It won't work without meth in my system. That's why you stare at me. I laughed it off too long. When you look at me and smile, or you look at me and pause, you're thinking. And I hear it. Remember that. If that deems me as crazy, then so be it. But you're thinking, hit me so you can go to jail, nigger. I ain't never going to hit you. And you're still not the C word to me. You're just pathetic, some of you guys. He gave me some information. I'm searching it. That's like me going to Canada In Canada, like, every Black person that come from the United States that is a born citizen of the United States can come over here and gladly vote. Is Canada doing that shit? I have to know. I'm sorry. Is Canada? Oh, hell no. King Charles wouldn't even allow that shit. I just want to know, though. Because I'm an immigrant to Canada. Or run for office. So if I went to Canada, I can no longer vote. You have to be a Canadian citizen. So why in the fuck should we open up our doors when they don't even open up their doors? King Charles said, and he made it clear. He made it very clear. You go in more than 2 times, your ass is never coming out as easy as you went in. And that's exactly what Trump is trying to do. But you got the crazy loony Democrats. Oh, we have our rights. When did they get rights? Okay, ask me this. If you like it so much, go deep. I want you to go to China. I want you to go to Russia. I want you to go to Mexico deep. I ain't talking about free zones. I'm talking about take your Democratic ass deep, since you paid your money deep to where they are hypnotized and programmed to know what a U.S. citizen really look like. You will never get found again. What I want to know is what happened to that Black Army guy who ran across the Korean to North Korea. He never got found. Biden, oh, he cares. But did he care about that one Black kid that said South Korea was trying to get him? I want to know what happened to him. Black man, army who ran across the North Korea border. What happened to him? Is he getting out? Travis King. He was a U.S. Army private. Oh my God. He was the first Black American detained in North Korea in nearly 5 years. 2 months he was over there. They claimed he illegally crossed because he was disillusioned with inequality in American society and racial discrimination in the U.S. Army, though U.S. officials said he acted willfully and without. You know what? They were just trying to seek information from the North Koreans. It's easy. This is Biden's term. Like, they could have shot him. He was the first possibly motivated by his pending disciplinary issues, including assault charges and other misconduct in South Korea. If he goes across the border for his assault and misconduct, that's kind of like espionage. What did he tell North Korea, or what did the secret government set up to make it look that way, where he went over there and gave information to North Korea? Why was he in there 2 months? If a white person did it, it would look too suspicious. If a black person did it, it will get pushed under the rug. July 18th, 2023. I was up there. I was in Korea. I was at the DMZ zone. I've been to the DMZ. I used to cook for all the soldiers, 17-hour shifts. They worked me like 3 hours of sleep a night. They worked me like a Hebrew slave. And I enjoyed every bit of it. I enjoyed the challenge. Lately, it's been lose, lose, lose. But deep down inside, it's been win, win, win. Because it's the truth. Oh my God. Now, listen to this shit. He was handed over. North Korea announced on September 27th. When did this happen? 2 months after I went in jail. And then September, I got out and went back to, not because they were transferring me during this time. North Korea announced it would expel him. No major concessions were made. He was handed over to U.S. custody via Sweden, which handles U.S. interests in North Korea, and China, then flown back to the United States. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. Arriving in Texas on September 28th, it's either something North Korea knew about Biden, or Biden knew about North Korea, or they were exchanged. This was the only way to get to North Korea without exchange looking hot. How would you get to North Korea and extract and get information? Nobody goes to the deep. You briefed. You're briefed on that shit. They like, don't go to the ZMZ. And for a black person, prior history, slavery, prior history, black man running from the cops type shit, you gonna run into a danger zone. Upon return, he underwent medical evaluation, debriefing. What was he briefed on? You see how they tell the truth? Debriefing. What was he debriefed on? If you have to have a pre-briefing, the actual scene, then have a debriefing for it to be a debriefing. You can't just, like, it doesn't make any sense. Now, 2024, King pleaded guilty in military. That's just so sad. Including desertion, disobeying orders, and assault. 12 months of confinement, reduced to lowest rank, dishonorable. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. The worst ever to make it look good. Why didn't you detain him? Why didn't you detain him in Korea for the assault charges and misconduct? MPs don't bother you in South Korea unless you do some fucked up shit. I was pregnant and I was minding my own business, and this Mexican girl kept bumping me. So I took an ashtray and threw it at her and hit the wrong girl. And then they kicked me out of the club. But she never got in trouble. And I never got charged because I accidentally did it. So we were even a little because I wasn't bothering no one. Five times? You bumped me 5 times in the club? I waited 5 times. It's one thing to talk to me like, hey, Kim, I don't like you, bitch. Fuck you. It's one thing to say, I wish you were dead. It's another thing to physically put your hands on someone. I was only defending myself. So I say that again. Don't come in my house. You violate my space. You're right. I have every right to do some harm. What would you do? You just gonna let them beat your ass? You just gonna let them bump you 10 times, 20 times? What if she wanna push you? What if she wanna stab you? You just gonna sit there, help, hoping someone will help you? Oh, oh, I gotta finish it. This is how they played it. They played us. And this is the cover up. However, due to time served already, including his 63 days in North Korea, plus pre-trial confinement in the US, totaling around 338 days. Wow, what's the coincidence in that shit? And credit. How the hell you get credit for good behavior? What good behavior did he do? He was released immediately after sentencing. His lawyer, oh, he got a lawyer, confirmed that he was free and returning home. Do you think I'm lying, Trump? He is no longer in custody and has completed his military service obligations through the discharge and is out of the Army. There have been no major public updates on him since 2024. This is during Biden. He made sure that in Trump transitioning, and no indication of any ongoing detention issues related to North Korea. Stay out of trouble. You did your dirt, right? And he probably still doing shit. You fuck up and you help the service in a way with the right person like Biden. Yeah, you get off. He probably got an army review changed and everything. I never got a dishonorable. I had to fight for my honorable, but I never got a dishonorable. And that's why I am forever in debt to not the VA healthcare, but the VA, Veterans fucking affair. Stay out of Veterans Affairs business if you have no business meddling in it. What I tell you, Just take it as face value and move the fuck on. Don't sit up there and think that what I say is wrong. Stay out of the real veterans affairs, not the healthcare. The real veterans affairs that's watching everybody, trying to see what I escalate and how they gonna orchestrate and what operation they gonna put up next and how they gonna infiltrate and how they been infiltrating. They don't need a new person to come in. What computer are you looking at? We don't, fuck the computer. What cameras is in that room? Fuck the cameras. What is actually in that room when you do your dirt at the VA healthcare? You think you're gonna work for the VA and they don't own you like they own me? To a degree, they own you. I don't know if you ever had any medication. However, you sign your freaking name on that line, you are federal property. Now, it being weaponized, did you take medication? What state did you take medication? I say these things because I know. It's out of Trump's hands to a degree. Because they gave me some drugs and it caused me to flip on the one man that has been saving my ass since 2017. The one white man that y'all can't control. No one. So you can control whatever white man you want to, but you can't control this one. And watch out for that. If you ever start to feel angry at me, ask yourself, like I've been saying over and over, why? Don't say because I dance weird or, whatever. Ask yourself, after all you've seen, why would you be mad at me? And I'll admit, I sat up there and I have to be honest to you. I wrote immediately. That wasn't me, but it was me. Just like the assault wasn't me, but it was me. Something, a drug, that's how powerful the VA drugs are, directed me to do it. Now, if you were directing me to do something, I don't take no drugs from you. Each VA is different. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, sir. I would know, and I caught myself, but I would know if I'm being controlled. And I don't feel anything I don't care if I talk about you an infinite amount of times. I know what you have done for me. I love all of you guys in the cabinet. Dan Bongino, Mark Rubio, Vice President J.D. Vance. Even if you don't even make it the president, you did an excellent, superb job if I had to choose between you and Mark Rubio, I would actually choose Mark Rubio. He 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 had you taught you had you know what, you were more educated than me. Hands down, you can run circles around me, and you do every day with you and your wife and your family. I'm not saying you're less than. It's just something Mark Rubio says that just sticks with me. You know how you can throw a balloon at a wall and the balloon just floats down, and you can throw gum at a wall and sometimes it'll stick or fall depending on the consistency. But if you throw some glue and you throw something hard at the right balance, you get a winner. And his words stick with me. Your words stick with me too. However, his words are just sticking with me. If I was prejudiced, because believe it or not, I am part white. Don't laugh every time I say this shit. But if I was prejudiced, I would easily say JD Vance. But DEI, who I don't even like saying that. That just sounds like throwing to the wolves. Who's the best lion? Who's the best? He just, his words stick with me. It's not that you're a bad person or you're less than him. His words just literally, it's like he got technology for that shit. I don't know. I don't know. His words are sticking with me. I was talking with someone and they were like, how do you feel about Mark Rubio versus JD Vance? And I told him, I feel like Marco Rubio is the better candidate. Is if I was trying to be greedy, or my goal is to help them win, be that extra. You know how you got Kool-Aid and then you put enough sugar. I want to be that Splenda that balances it, that keeps you regular, keeps you going. You're like, oh, I gotta go again. That's what I want to be to y'all sincere, hard-working presidency. I am definitely not looking for that league. But let me mark my words. If y'all don't run circles like Trump has on Gavin Newsom, then I will work hard. I don't care what they say about me. I don't care if they hate me. I will find a way. I will find a way. If I have to move, I will find a way. It's still in the beginning. And then you won't have an eye on me. Don't you want an eye on me without killing me? No, you do. I'm like the bait, right? You're seeing how much you can poke at me before Trump comes in. You see how he makes me happy, how the Trump family makes me happy. And you want to make him suffer and take away the one thing. That's a China move. Y'all don't know, Democratic woman, how y'all being controlled. Whatever similarities y'all have, how did y'all get it? Were some of your friends engaged with China? Did you take deals that usually you wouldn't take? like I said, and that's what make y'all treat me like shit. When you take a deal, you think that shit ain't true, man. Some of you naive, rich, white DNC women, when you take a deal, you get lost. It's like taking a drug and a part of your spirit leaves. When it's a sour deal, how many deals have Hillary taken? It would have been World War VI in 2017. By 2026, has she been president? We're in World War II, and we like to keep it that way. A silent war without actually saying a war. This is a silent world war. And now that we have engaged over the decades, if not centuries, being friendly with certain people, something in them want, not, I don't even include myself in us. I kind of do because I'm a part of the USA, but something, and who, it is right there. Where did you come from, buddy? I don't want to open my mouth in that fucking bug. Anyway, something in them. Am I hitting a nerve? Something in them wants to be, have seen something that something that they have, the United States lacks. But the United States knows about it. I kind of figure. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying I'm in your files. Please don't shoot me, snipers. You're like, I can shoot her right now, sir. No. It has to be true though, right? And you know how I know it's true? We're ahead of China. But yet China has a dominance over the United States with the killings. Do you see what I'm saying? That's scary. That's scary. That's very, very scary. To have how much, I won't say what they have, but ask yourself, to all my brainiacs out there, how much dominance do China have? Did the Democrats give China over the United States? It's not really about the Mexicans. If you want to blame America, fine, Mexico. But you need to blame someone else, not United States, for defending themselves and going to war, but your counterpart that possibly and most likely with the 4-3-2-1G that y'all have down there could be, I mean, look at what they did to the United States. Look at the damage that they done, Trump, to the United States. They're our friends, yes, we have to work with them. But look at the damage. It all stems from that. Most of them are sleepers. They think they're smarter. And they definitely think they're smarter than a Black person like me. The way they look at me, they don't even say hi, no emotion. Just like Z. But they watch my show, some of them, and I've had some encounters with some of them, especially in Seattle. But I see them here and they just look at me funny, quietly. Don't say nothing, no emotion. That's how you know they're sleepers. You give it away too much. Give it away, give it away, give it away too much. When you have no emotion, that's because you're taught to hide your emotion for a reason. Why are you hiding emotion? Why do people hide the emotion unless they're being deceitful? Trump don't hide his emotion. And if he does, he has the right reasons why he does it. Because they want to see him hurt. When his ex-wife got hit or however she died, they wanted to see him cry. If he was crying on national TV and performed the way normal, like me, I mean, he probably got drugs from Walter Reed that can hinder that, which makes the Democrats mad. But he do have emotion, though. He made sure he had enough emotion to blow through their brains mentally without getting too overworked, but telling your story. He's had 79 years. He was not about to ruin that shit for some demonic being. Okay, let me get off of this. I've been talking for a whole hour. I'm sorry. Oh man. He told me. Let me look it up. It's not on my mind, but it's on my mind because I'm 2 weeks ahead, but I gotta do it. Let's buckle down now. If I start talking, don't laugh, but laugh and say, get her astray. Lead this woman astray. Okay. Astray the good way, not astray the bad way. Um, Norm value. Uh, Evaluate positive trainings. I thought it was like one value. Counterproductive norms. I looked that up and I looked that up. So far, so good. So far, evaluate positive trainings. And I just keep getting these visions, man. It's even harder. You know how I know that United States is so far. It's like we are so far, far because we're good and we learn from our mistakes. China boast yet keep secrets, but they boast, and it's like the Chinese people that are over here that are over there is totally different. You can't send a white man to China and think he's going to become Xi Jinping friend. You can't send a nigger to China thinking he's going to be Xi Jinping's friend. Whatever technology we shall have, or they think we don't have, they can see everything it's doing right now. It's the only way I see it. I'm crazy, though. It's nothing that you can do no more to us other than make me feel like crap and find a way to try to kill me. I'm not your enemy, though. I'm just being honest. You see me as a threat, and the more I talk about you, the more I suffer. So you show me that you got Boise with the technology. So whoever came in before me to the Chamber of Commerce or wherever, because I scanned with the AI, could be Asian or some other type of foreign race, and controlling them secretly. They infiltrated you guys. You took the wrong deal. You'd rather take the wrong deal than the right deal. Ask yourselves this: why do you hate me so much? Why? You can say all day XYZ. You can name 100 things. But do you know me? You know what you reflect from me. This whole organization is tied to China. That's who's funding them. And every Democrat that took a deal, somebody knows about this technology. That's why Boise is conflicted. They want to know why Republicans all voted for Trump when they're controlling the Republicans or Democrats, whoever they are, to harass me. All people, he's showing me his army right now. He's showing it to me. How quickly he can make a person jealous. He got that technology. And this is what he poured into my country, Xi Jinping. There's only so much Trump can do. I think if they come, even me, if you have a heritage, I see why. I see why. I see why. I'm like the only person that would not flip on a white person, despite being suffered. That's what Xi Jinping wants y'all to do. Change your ways, but you can't, which means you're being controlled. You can't feel it, but you can feel it. You will never feel or think that you're being controlled. How you gonna know? Look at the signs, people. All of y'all mad. All of y'all mad. I don't get it. It makes no sense. I don't care about the KKK or the Proud Boys. I'm talking about the hatred for one. And like, you can hate blacks, whites, Hispanics, because that's what y'all hate, right? You can hate whoever, but don't sit up there and hate me. Don't hate me as an organization thinking you're doing some shit together when all you're doing is causing a war. He controls you guys. How many of you got an Apple iPhone? That's why he took away in America, like fight dance. I'm sorry, this isn't misinformation. What's misinformation? It's not thinking you're being controlled. It's a whole damn city practically. Whatever is following me, because I feel it, I feel it, I feel it, knows about this technology. It's sad, man. Like I checked out the sheet. I'm not trying to make them look bad. They don't even know. They don't even know. They just know about bringing AI. Some of y'all, that's all y'all know. But the higher ups, the ones that actually got the check cut for them, partially know. But the ones that really know is above them. So who is above them? That's why they're testing out this technology. And the VA parts of it is in on it. And I'm advocating for what's right. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh. Thank you, Sophia. Lorraine. Who is Lorena? Evaluate positive trainings. The org sets values to don't set values. Wait, it's implementation is the middle one. So meet org will set values such as creating a Creating a dynamic, positive flow by including sharing to the broad guiding coalition despite the stigma or negative commenting. Meet or accept values such as creating a dynamic positive flow by including Sherry to the broad guiding coalition despite the stigma or negative commenting. I want to write another. That's more. They will get the team because team group is similar values. Team is like not similar values. You know what I'm saying? From different, like star systems. I don't know. I think big. If you're gonna think big, think big. Why would Pharrell be like Neptunes? Everybody went for it. But when I talk about, if I sit up there and talk about Neptunes, I got psychiatric doctors evaluate me like, I say Neptune is the greatest. They like, you never been. That's what I mean. Neptune's the greatest. In spirit, I've been there though, doctors. In spirit, I've been everywhere. I got 7 hours, almost 8 hours of sleep a night. That's enough because I usually used to get 3 hours. I don't know where I'm traveling, but my spirit has been everywhere. Many places, just as yours have. Because energy never dies, right? I asked myself, I said, I want to stay in this body and see how far it'll get me. I want to travel to different star systems in this body. I want to reverse aging at a certain age. Like literally step in a machine and you're a certain age again. I know they have that shit. Yeah, I've seen movies like that, but I'm just thinking off top of my head. Yes, Hollywood has influenced some of this weird thing, but don't they call it weirdo Hollywood or Hollywood weirdo? Whether they know it or not, to the good people, I'm included in Hollywood. I just don't want to sit up there and have to pay my way for shit. And I don't want to do events because I didn't grow up like them. But I will preach to a team or organization or group. You put a baby in the wild for so many years, they develop, but you can work on that. You can always undo that with technology. I may not be smart enough to do cues and behavior therapy, or how to not speak or have shy, frightening in front of people. But I'm smart enough to build technology so a motherfucker like me will be able to talk amongst thousands of people. they will get the team to develop things like set milestones and have um, pre-talks, conversations, using more therapeutic. You know what? That is so fucking true. I'm sorry for cussing so much, y'all. In advance for cussing in the future, in advance for cussing in the past, and in advance for cussing in the present. So I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry. I can't help myself. So anyway, and I don't care because I can't help it. Like I said, you throw somebody to the wolves and they sit up there and yes, we need more therapeutic. You just can't throw. That's what I'm saying. I'm leading into my saying. You can't throw employees to the wolves and they expect to go to therapy on their own. No, you need a therapist geared towards handling your type of problems within the organization. I don't know what I just said. I just kidding. I just knew y'all would laugh at that. Therapeutic. Oh, measures such as built and not to gaslight you because some of y'all are like more, more. You know, I'm gonna get them to gaslight them enough to overwork them. No, you be in a fair practice and you get them to learn coping skills without having a secret alternative agenda, such as and have pre-conversations using more therapeutic measures such as built-in therapy sessions, non-bias. They do not need to go to the civilian therapy civilian sessions, but sessions geared towards the job description and how their lives based on income and gender are affected. Okay, meet org set values such as creating dynamic positive flow by including shared to the broad guiding coalition despite the stigma or negative commenting. They will get the team to develop positive things like set milestones and have pre-conversations using more therapeutic motivational um motivation measures. Mm. Use more therapeutic measures such as comma. Like if you're oh, what do you get? That wrecks do that wreck y'all brain. Do that wreck y'all brain. It wrecks my brain to know that I spelt the word right. And it's still blue. I can't see. Hold up, hold up. Yeah, it was blue. It was just blue. You see? That wrecks my brain when it does that. I be like, get it right. They be spitting it back at me. They be like, they be like, ooh, cool, cool. It's gonna be hot outside. No, no, I'm gonna say it's gonna be hot outside, but hey, I'm okay with that. Oh, God, please do something for me. You know what I want, actually. I actually am glad that you know what I want. And I'm glad I know you know what I want. And I'm glad I'm not being funny. However, because I get blessed. However, all I'm saying is I thought of a subject in my head and only you know of it. Only you know what I lack. God dang, I got a headache now. All of y'all are invading my memory. God dang, isn't that serious? What is she thinking? What is she thinking? I'm very sensitive to technology. The sessions geared towards the job description and how their lives based on income and gender is affected. I remember you think I'm just saying that because that's something a mental health person would say. But when I got stranded in Seattle, when I got stranded in Seattle, I had to walk up the street And he swore up and down the immigrant that it was just a regular road when it was a highway. I took 10 steps as traffic was coming. It wasn't the traffic that scared me. It was the electrical charge I felt as they were whispering, because there's rods underneath there and you're walking on the side of a highway. I don't see, when you are desensitized to that, that is a force that I don't understand how people walk the highways. That's not normal. I felt the electrical energy. That is a lot of kinetic energy. And I said, oh, hell no. I went back and I did a 10-mile journey to the Canadian border. Well, listen to what I'm saying. This is totally different. I kind of skipped subjects, but I I don't even remember what I did when I walked. I came back. I slept at Alaska Bank and I cursed, the police was there. I was mad at the police. I didn't want to, something told me not to talk to the police. I was mad with them. A bear could have came, a dog could have came, a burglar could have came, a rapist could have came. No one was in sight. I slept on the ground. And you know why I slept on the ground? Because they were jacking my freaking phone up, my Android, just like they playing around with my new toy now. And it's like, I sat up there and I was so angry all the time while in Seattle, unnecessarily angry. The more people try to be like, they would smile in my face. I had one immigrant, I was in a car, and she said, this was the second time it happened. I was in a cab, and he was like, give me your card. And then he took it and wouldn't give it back. That's sick. The shit they used to do to me, run my card 3 times and shut my card down. And American United Federal Credit Union was in on it. It's fucked up. Walmart, $500 just gone. Poof. 500 while in jail was taken from my Walmart card. Thank God I didn't have a card for American United. They would have drained my $40,000 that I got. The next time I go to jail, I won't make it. So I don't ever, and for all those people who want to see me in jail, one day you need to go to jail and see what it's like. Because that's a fucked up thing to do. I don't ever want to go back to that monstrous place. There's no place for me. Okay. Please help. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm not finished though. I'm jumping the gun. Hold on. No, I'm not. I am. Hold on, go here. Here we go. Norms, right? Yeah, counterproductive, counter norm. Okay, let's figure this out. There are cases, however, where both the formal and informal norms can hinder success of an organization. While they're useful in establishing order and certainty. Yeah, because that's like, you know, I could see Chamber of Commerce if I was some sort of crackhead. I can see if I was coming, literally with ashy lips and daggone bug dye and daggone nappy hair, which I do have nappy hair. Just bug eyed out, just zoning, nodding out. Mind you, you got to add nodding out now. You got to add with a big luggage. You got to add with freshly track marks in a crack pipe. And I ask you to hold the crack pipe. And then I say, well, put me in your organization because I have a show. Like seriously. Organizational success depends on the ability to be agile, flexible, and adaptable. Organizations with norms that prioritize stability and the status quo over risk taking and innovation may be less competitive as a result. That's pretty cool. So you're looking for more stability and the status quo. But who keeps the companies for real, when you really want to flourish? The risk takers and the innovators. When you get stale, and you get not stale, but and stale doesn't mean stink. That's mean when you get like content. You just like, okay, I'm making this much money. I don't want to go any further. You just do pride stability and status quo. Risk taking and innovation is what Facebook and definitely Tesla do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, prevails. As a leader, your role is to reinforce the norms that support your organization's mission, vision, and strategy, as well as those that support high levels of employee performance, satisfaction, and engagement. Oh, that's what he was saying. Yay, I found what he was saying. I was like, I don't remember. I mean, I remember. Don't. Okay. Yeah. I was listening, but I had a lot on my mind. a lot, and you kind of caught me off guard. I was trying to multitask, as you so call it. I have to be honest. That's the only reason why. Um, those that support high levels of employee performance, satisfaction, and engagement. You have to look at what they kind of do look at what the employees do. You know, they'll sit up there and they'll look at what the employees do. You know, like employee performance, satisfaction, and engagement. The performance of an employee, the satisfaction is something that the actual leader enjoys. But if you cannot balance out the performance with risk taking or the engagement with satisfaction and innovation, you're not going to be good. You're just going to be stable, barely. Your role also requires you to question the current organizational norms that do not support the success of the organization or the well being of its members. Your role also requires you to question the current organizational norms. Oh, as manager, yay! I'm doing a Gavin Newsom. I can't afford to be retarded. That do not support the success of the organization or the well-being of its members. Oh, FYI, Pam Bundy, you did a good freaking job. I don't know who that man was, but I think he was the head or I don't know what's the head of the CEO or the CEO of the whatever director. And they asked him, do you think what you're doing? He was the ICE director. Thank you. Come again. And she said, she was black and she was like, do you think what you're doing with ICE is credible? And do you think you should resign? And he said, that's an irrelevant question and I'm not resigning. And then she said, do you think you are going to hell? And he said, I don't entertain that. I'm not going to entertain that. I'm staying out of Congress, but I'm practically family, you might as well say, an attachment, some type of virus. I don't know, but I am a part of history in a way. And that's all I wanted. The big boys, the ones that have the drugs, to spend vigorous hours doing it, maintaining high levels of performance. Yeah, you got this. Maybe one day I'll take my dreams, like Elon Musk said. The hardest part is actually creating them and turn them into reality. Got a patent. Yeah. I got my answers. Okay, so mission and vision. I'm working like a Macintosh right now. Not MacBook Macintosh, but like Macintosh. Oh shit. It's like a floppy disk and shit. Like mission and vision. Dignity and respect. Do I got that too? Yeah, support. Support, strategy and support. Okay. I'm in evaluate. What else can I say? Hold on, I got more. Okay, that's one, two, three. Evaluate positive trainings. Okay, I remember what I said. Okay, just I don't know. Put that. So it's implementation. I'm trying to work on what time is it? Implementation and rationale. We're on rationale. In doing this, me or becomes very mentally stable. This bond is never the same if you have a therapeutic this bond is never the same if you have a therapeutic um, job, therapist that would be geared towards job description and environment. I don't want to keep saying therapeutic, man. Positive mental health foundation. What was it? Status quo and stability. I never have it on 73 or 77 or 76. It's always on 79. Please be 68. 68. Let's just say 68. But it's 74 in here. I usually have my heater next to me. I know myself. If I turn it up too high, all my husbands used to, and my boyfriends, even family members, if they live with me, they used to be like, "What the hell? You got it on death?" I don't know why, but I stay cold. And I just turn up the heat and I just blast it like block God, block. Like seriously. And I don't notice. I don't notice nothing. And it's like until I'm like dancing. Then I'll notice. And sometimes I don't even care. I'll keep dancing. But like I'll just dance, like I'll be sweating and I'll just be dancing, like I'm not like, I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm just, it's like working out. What happens when you work out? It's common sense. There's no other avenues. You can look pretty in doing it, but you still like within hours or after the show have to get in the shower. God, people make it into a riddle. And having a more motivational environment where there is risk taking, innovation, other status quo, and stability will help new other than, I knew I was missing something. Status quo and stability will help guide people on a to I want to let y'all know something. And I know some of you good women out there, most of you good women out there know that's in the FBI, and most of you good men know it. If I attacked a woman because I was under the influence enough, and I keep telling you guys that they are practically drugging me every time I try to attempt to go somewhere where they got herbals. Why do you think it didn't happen to me before? And they're trying to recreate this. Every time I'm getting something, they want to be close to me. They start acting stupid. These women saying dumb. I hear them. I be just listening, and I be watching the next person just bugged in on their conversation. They're either not saying something. It happened 3 times to me today. They're either not saying something, watching me and looking at him. They're either walking back and forth delusional, more like they should be in a mental facility. That's what mental insane people do. And then at the Honda dealership, they always act, well, what does this mean? Is that how y'all play? You get right up under my breast and start playing dumb to listen to my conversation. That's a sick thing to do. It makes no sense the stuff you be saying right next to me. And then as soon as something, I'm not finished yet, good FBI. As soon as I get up and leave, they leave, or some of them stay, and then something goes wrong in my life. Everywhere. She, you have no right to follow me. I am not insane. Unless you're the Secret Service, unless you're protecting me, when I never said I would do harm to myself or anyone else, all I ever said, which I know God believes me, is that I'm the reason. I don't care what you do. I don't need a PayPal or a pal mate. If you're not protecting me, then leave me alone. If you're not trying to talk to me and break bread or sit up there and talk to me like I'm an adult, I can talk like an adult. But if you treat me or try to treat me savage, I'm not going to act savage. I'm going to talk savage. Bear with me a second. Oh, not this one. Hold on. I'll be back on here. Sorry about that. That should be good enough. I hate to say it that way. I like to write a lot though. I don't like to say that. I like to do exceptional jobs. I just got a lot on my mind I'm working through, that's all. You give a person that don't have nobody to talk about this to a space to talk about it, and they're going to talk about it. Okay. What we got here? What we got here? What we got here? Oh, I got it already. Duh. Okay. Okay. Implementation of mission and vision. Let me see all of these things. Boom. Boom. Let's delete that. The vision and mission of the uh, or I don't want to put creator. Scratch that. Let's look at their mission. They have a mission. I can't do it without. I don't want to sit up there and guesstimate their freaking mission. Oh, which one is it on? Do I have it? Work? No, that's not it. Mission and value. The vision, mission and value, mission and value, mission and value. I think it's back in one. Hmm. It's not under that. Thank God. Thank God I found it. I was like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck? I found it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Policies, performance, culture, factors, right? No vision. I thought it was a vision. It would be here, right? Right, teacher? I would think it would be here. This is the only thing we see. Well, this is kind of their mission are for employees to achieve good performance. Their mission is for employees to achieve good performance if they consistently meet targets, complete assignments at or above expectations, and exhibit willingness to learn and collaborate. I'm not going to copy that whole thing, but I'm going to rewrite it in my own words. Don't get me wrong, we done all did it before. I've accidentally did it, just speedballing until they started regurgitating as I started advancing more and more. Hey, it's the first that started off subtle. It's plagiarism if you do XYZ. And I wasn't doing it then or at all. And then I advanced again to a bachelor's program. And my accuracy was always between 76% And they test for that in like 90% or 100%. It was never like below, except for one time, I'll admit. One time. And I appreciate her for allowing me to recover. I was very stressed, just like now. So I complain through my stress and I talk about my stress. And that's how I manage. So yeah. Um, where was I? Don't get mad at me, y'all. Don't get mad. Don't think I'm quitting. However, it's getting late and it's 3:27:09. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with being up till like 10 or 11. However, I'm going to make sure I come back on here. I just want to make sure that I do my work the right way. I have 2 weeks ahead. Let me reiterate this. Let me, I don't have to do nothing if I don't want to. So now that I'm ahead, I can go at my pace. I'm not going to try to speed through this and make it look easy when it's actually hard. That's why I keep stopping. I have to give myself time to digest what I'm saying. It's not that easy. If you don't read it, you fucked. I've read all of it except for the third. This is going to be the most challenging. But I got to speed up when I'm with my team. I'll make sure I work on their time and adjust to their. That's all I want, to be professional and respectful and honest and trustworthy for the time being until we smoothly transition to the next stage, which is the capstone assignment. I just, I don't know. I really want to take my time with this. I don't want to sit up there and speed through it. Any other day, I would just speed through it with misspellings and errors like I do on a regular. But I'm taking my time with it. I don't take my time sometimes when I'm getting on StreamYard. And I could have easily changed immigrant. Did I see? And the reason why I bring it, people like, why are you bringing up immigrant? Because my misspelling of it. I want them to see my misspelling so they know it's me, not a robot, bot, or anything else. It's really coming from me. If that makes me look illiterate, then I'll take that. But illiteracy got me almost, whether I pass or fail, almost two masters. I'm one class away. I can taste it. And it's a dual feeling of achievement, dedication, determination, resilience. I want to get it. I don't think I'm ready for a third one. I don't even want to be. I just want certificates from now on. I don't want to achieve a goal. A master says that, hey, look, I don't have time for a doctorate, but I achieved 4 years worth of masters, business, economics, law. I had some law. And we can't forget statistics twice. Oh my God, I hate statistics. It wrecks my brain. I don't care how they say it's going to be easy. They always say that shit. Bachelor's degree. I took psychology statistics. There's no statistics in a junior college, but I had to pass a test in order to advance to algebra, like college algebra, which I passed that. That is not easy. Why do you think they see me as a threat? Because when I learned, they study me and I study them as well. They know that I've had to, it wasn't always given to me. It was never always given to me. I had to earn, I had to take remedial courses, remedial math. And now I'm in statistics. When I study something, I master it. I'm not a master at statistics, and I'm damn sure not a master at math, but I mastered it just enough. Can you give me that credit? Got to be some smartness there. Some people say they tap in the bachelor's program and they dip out. They like, fuck that shit. I ain't doing a master's or doctorates, you know. And I did it with the I did it with the doctorates. I sat up there, right? And I took a doctorate's class and I got an A, and then I tapped out. I was like, okay, I'm tapping in. Let me tap out. You know, a lot of people in the doctorate's program do it because it's so freaking vigorous. Now, with the master's now, it's so freaking vigorous. Like, seriously, y'all killing a sister. I just literally, no, I'm just kidding. No, seriously. I mean, I don't want a lawsuit, man. I'm being real with y'all. I don't. I mean, even if I could, like, I would take it to court and I wouldn't even want none. I would just want it set in stone that I sat up there and I went to court to fight for what's right, the right way. I can steamroll. I can say, oh, you this, that, third, and I have. I have. I swear I have. However, I apologize. And it's not because I'm happy or it's not because my mood has changed, it's because it's what's right. I only reflect what you do to me. And I'm being a bigger person, even if I make a mistake in the next minute. That shows growth for the second I said it. So we're going to close with that. Stop waiting for a punchline. Ah, where you at? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I don't want to close some things. That's why I paused here. What do I need versus what do I want? Let's check out Grok again. Oh, this is what y'all didn't see. Look. Okay, y'all get to see it. Look. Look at this shit. This was a setup. 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 You know, seriously, look at this shit. Look at this shit. He is definitely not from here. I've never, he's in the 2000, he's in the new era range with the new BDUs. I don't know, they call, last I heard, they call it ACUs. He took this picture moments before crossing to the DMZ. Why would you take a picture, a calm picture like that? Okay, let's see more about Travis King. Is Travis King American or mixed? What is his heritage? They made a Wikipedia about go freaking figure. Why did they make sure they say that's a black guy, just like they do Obama? I don't want to hear that crap. What did the army say? I don't want to hear what BBC, NPR, New York Times, or ABC News say. You don't know. So because they identify him as black, he's supposed to be black. They say Obama is black. He's mixed. He's not fully black. Kamala Harris, not fully black. I don't think anybody in America that is American, both black, white, and even Hispanic, is fully one race. So why would you do that? I never had any problem in South Korea. Only the outcasts. There was one gay white man. He wasn't a man, he was a boy. He wasn't a boy, he was young, my age, 18, which I'm 41 now. I was 18 or 19, 18. And he, I guess, man, right? Young teen. I don't know what to call him. He was an adult. Let's just go with adult. And he said, "You want to see some cool shit? I'm about to slip my wrist and get the fuck out of the military." People were coming in new during this time. And I'm looking at him like, I hate this place. I don't want to be here. I'm gay and they discriminate against me. I'm like, dude, don't kill yourself. But if this is how you feel, because once you in, you think they put money, whether good money, bad money, or high or low money, into people because they do, number one, they love you. Some of them do love you. But the scientists that develop these things, whether technology or medicine. I never had a problem in Korea. I had one problem with one Korean, one problem. I had a couple of problems with different people, but this was nothing compared to what I go through. So I sat up there and I was in a cab ride. And he rolled the window up on my hand and I needed a cast. And yeah, so I never got mad. I never wanted him dead. I cursed him out, yeah. But I counteract his stupidity with good. Two Katuzas, Korean Army Katuzas that works with the U.S. Army, brought me to their place where I shared kimchi with them. And they enjoyed looking at my short hair. They would laugh every time through the line. Their name's Kim. I can't fathom so many of their names. Kim. It's like Kim E, Kim R. I used to be like, what? You know, great people. So I don't want to hear him feeling despair. Maybe it was different than it, but it was very diverse in 2003. And this was during war era where it was US friendly and South Korea friendly, but war with North Korea. And I, why would you be so, why would they say he should have been in jail for espionage? They probably read his brain. He probably didn't even need to say shit. He probably thought shit, or Biden extracted information into his brain to give to. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far. It makes sense, but I'm not going to go that far. Have you ever had a negative thought? Have you ever had a negative thought? Have you ever had a positive thought? How many of us fear? How many of us fear rejection? All of y'all. So do I, in a way that I've built a barrier. If it happens to you, it would drive you crazy. It's driving me crazy, but I'm handling it as best as I can. Do you get what I'm saying? You're content with a safe zone. I'm not content with a safe zone. I drove my car in the hood where there was gunfire. I done ran from gunfire. I done been almost shot at by assault rifles. I done been choked out. My nose has been stopped. I done almost drowned twice. I done almost got into a crash. I know the technology y'all hold. Now, let's say my dad or my granddad wasn't in the army. and didn't fight a war. Let's just say it was just little old me. Did you stop time when I was in that pool for the second time? Because nobody was paying attention to me, and I was pushed in a pool. Now, had I been alone, who would have saved me? A white man saved me. Do you really think for a second I would go against someone that's been saving me? For that time, that split second that I dipped 10 feet under, 155 pounds. Someone, not family. Family pushed my ass in. A white man saved me before I can even breathe water in my lungs. By the time I hit the ground, time paused and someone was pulling me out. The first instance, I was in a pool. Family pushed me in and then saved me. I'm not invincible. I can die. However, something evil really wants to kill me. And y'all made a deal. And some of you are happy about it. And some of you made a deal. And you're like desensitized now. I urge you you got desperate. They said, and I quote, I'm telling you, you better change. And I quote, this deal is better than weed. This deal is better than you getting that new weed law that Trump wants you to get. If you sign here, you'll be making money and we'll give you extra money on top of that. You better change. They are controlling you. Do what Facebook did. I mean, you think big tech is going to leave because they just don't like Gavin Newsom? No. Gavin Newsom was controlling people. I don't know how. I can't prove it. But I can prove it by looking at this situation. They have to follow me different avenues, different places. They implant, they either show something, you listen to something, you hear something, they drug me and then you hear it. They're giving me some sort of technology, Trump. I am so scared. But it only lasts for a little bit. What if it don't wear off one day? That's what I'm scared about. Please help. And I'll end there. I'll wait for your response.